Hey guys, so today I'm opening up the July ArtSnacks box, and if you're not familiar with ArtSnacks, it is a monthly subscription and you can pay $24 a month to get a box, or you can pay 6 months for $132, or you can get a yearly subscription for $240. So let's open this guy up and see what we got for July. Alright, so each month they always send you a sticker. Sometimes it's their usual logo, sometimes it's something a little special. And they send you, ooh, this one looks a little rough. They send you a card that has a description of the items in your box and what they retail for, so I'm not going to look at that right now. Let's see, I also got a 15% off Artist and Craftsman Supply card here. And, ooh, something that did not fit in the tissue. Looks like I got a fancy pencil sharpener and eraser, so we will test that out in a second. And of course, each month you get a little piece of candy, which is part of why it's called ArtSnacks. So this month I got the Atomic Fireball. And now let's get into what we got. So each subscription you get, it's always wrapped in tissue, I guess, unless it doesn't fit like this guy here. So let's open it up and see what we got. Alright, so there's a quick peek, and I'm going to take it away and we will check them out one at a time. So first we got a Derwent graphic drawing pencil, HB. So we'll set that right there. Second, we got a, looks like a watercolor pencil. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce the name. It's purplish red, but I'm assuming since it's a pencil, it's got the brush here, that it is a watercolor pencil. Next, we got another watercolor pencil by the same company. This is light cadmium red. And lastly, we got a pen marker. So look at that, the edge there. That is really cool. And it looks like it's double-sided here, yep. So we got a fine point and a brush point. So let's get some paper and test some of this stuff out. So we'll move this out of the way. So first I'm going to test out the drawing pencil, and I wish they hadn't stuck this right here. I wonder if it's going to leave sticky stuff on my pencil. It came off fairly clean, but it still looks like I'm going to have to get the goo gone after it and get the sticky off there, but it's fine for right now. So this is the pencil. So fairly light with it being an HB. Works really nicely. I mean, it's, you know, basically a drawing pencil, nothing too fancy about it. It's shaped the same way most pencils are. Let's see how it does with our fancy eraser. Man, that is big. Okay. So eraser works pretty well. It's kind of coming out a little bit, and it's a little weird with the pencil sharpener here because it kind of moves when I'm erasing with it. I don't know if that would bother you or not. I mean, I guess you could hold it from the side instead of holding it like I am, so holding it this way. Oh, but see, then it falls out. Alright, so I'm not 100% impressed with this. The eraser falls out, so I mean, I guess you could just take it out and use it like that. Maybe you're supposed to, but I don't really see the point in including it with the sharpener unless you're just supposed to, unless you're intended to really use it like this. I don't know. So the eraser kind of falls out. This moves as you're using the eraser, but that's kind of a quick fix. You can hold it this way if you would prefer. Let's roll it around. Let me see if I got a pencil. We'll see how well it sharpens. Alright, so here's our pencil. Let's test it out and see how well it sharpens. Ooh, wow, that's really good. So most artists like a really nice sharpened pencil. I'm really impressed with the sharpener. That's a really good sharp point. So I really like the sharpener. I'm not really impressed with the eraser part, but again, I can just take that out if I want and just use the sharpener. Or if you could get some super glue, glue it in there if you wanted to, but it would be kind of hard, I guess, to dig back out if you used up the eraser and wanted to replace it. So moving on, that's the eraser sharpener combo and our pencil. Let's try out our watercolor pencils. So here's our watercolor pencil. I'm just going to color it right now just normally, just kind of treating it as a color pencil just to kind of see how it handles. It's really smooth. Color goes on really well. Let's do some layering here. So they interact really well. Alright, let's add some water. See what we get. Ooh, wow. Ooh, that is bright. You can't tell as much from the camera, but that is a really nice, bright, dark kind of magenta color. That's really pretty. It's nice and smooth. You don't see any of the color pencil strokes, which is really nice. Sometimes when you use watercolor pencils and you go in, sometimes you can still see the strokes, which is good. Let's try doing a little bit of a gradient here. So let's get dark. Alright, let's see how this does. So the gradient turns out pretty nice. Okay, so now let's try, scooch this down a little bit, going from one color to another. Alright, let's see how this does. So that still looks really nice. I wish the camera picked it up a little better. These are actually very vibrant colors. Even when you add the water to them, it doesn't really dull down the colors. So overall, I'm really happy with the watercolor pencils. The color is really nice. It gets even stronger and more vibrant when you add the water, which is really good. So overall, I would have to say I really like these. So last but not least, I'm gonna put these to the side. Last but not least, we've got the pen or marker, whichever you want to refer to it as. I love the side of this right here. Can you see the little ridges right here on the brush? That is so cool. I'm not 100% sure what that's intended to do, if it's something to do with the disbursement of the ink as it comes down through the pen, but that is really neat. I would be interested to know the overall purpose of that. So let's test this out. So nice control. The tip is very nice. It's firm, but it's also got enough give that you can play around with it. It's not super stiff. Let's see if it smears. Yep. So got to be careful with that. Make sure it is dry. I've made that mistake many a times, thinking something is dry. I'll draw back over it or move my hand and it will smear, especially my lefties out there. So just kind of be mindful of that. Let's give it a couple of seconds. Yeah, still smears a little bit. So just kind of make sure it's dry before you draw on top of it or move your hand across when you are working with it. All right, let's try the fine tip. Ooh, wow. I like this too. So same thing with the brush tip. It's firm, but still has it still has good movement. Ooh, so I like this. This is a good drawing pen. Okay, let's read a little bit about each one. All right, so this guy, ooh, shavings. So this guy is a new product. It says flex your creative muscles with the Pentel Duopoint Flex double-ended brush. This handy pen is actually two brushes in one, featuring a unique springy brush tip on one end and an ultra-fine flexible nib on the other. Its water-based ink dries quickly and can produce transparent watercolor effects. The versatility of this brush pen makes it perfect for beginning artists. Alright, the Aquarelle, and I'm probably saying this wrong, pencils. And it says, make a splash in your artwork with Caran Museum Aquarelle Pencils. These 100% water-soluble pencils remain extremely vibrant, dry, or wet thanks to their high pigment density and light fastness, and I would have to 100% agree with that. When brushed with water, the pencil marks melt onto your paper and intensify in color. The soft, buttery pigments are super blendable, so experiment with your two new colors to create different hues and patterns. So I would have to say that the description for these is spot on. I really like these. A successful sketch starts with a good graphite pencil. The HB Graphic Drawing Pencil from Derwent is smooth and strong to the core, which means you'll experience fewer broken points. Its hexagonal body is easy to hold, making it the ideal choice for lengthy working sessions. And last but not least, we have the Derwent 2-in-1 Eraser Sharpener. This dynamic duo features a pencil sharpener with a rotating barrel for collecting shavings and an eraser that offers clean and smudge-free erasing. The sharpener separates easily from the canister to empty pencil shavings, and the eraser comes with a protective cover. Talk about convenience. So, I guess out of everything, this is the only thing I'm kinda sorta disappointed in. I love the way it sharpens, and it does rotate, so if you're traveling or you've got this in your pencil pouch, you can close it off, and that way you don't have to worry about anything leaking out into your stuff. And if you're traveling, this is also really good. And it's got the lid, but like we talked about, this does tend to come out, so I don't know how you would feel about that, if you would just want to take it out and use it, or we talked about, you know, super gluing it, but then when you get it down to here and you can't use it anymore, then you have to try and, I guess, dig it back out, or try and pull it off after you've glued it on if you want to refill the eraser. So pluses and minuses for the pencil sharpener. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the items in the box. So that is everything for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.